Hi, this is Lashena. I'm back, and I got an extra guest with me. His name is Hayward Fennell, and he's gonna talk to us about fatherhood, and it's great to have you here, Hayward.
Thank you for
Nice to
having
meet
me
you.
here. I appreciate the invitation.
Now, I know when I first met you, you was telling me something about your career path?
What I do?
Yeah, what you do.
Oh yeah, I'm a playwright. I'm blessed to be a playwright. I'm also a children's book author. I'm an advocate, and I produce plays.
Oh, great. So what
And
kind
I'm a
of
father.
a father? How many children do you have? Oh, and a grandfather.
I have 5 living children and 1 son by the name of Hayward who passed.
Oh, okay.
I have 11 grandchildren, and I have 2 great-grandchildren.
Oh, and your experience of being a father, like what was some of the hardships that could have made you quit, but you just wouldn't quit?
Well, I'm different in that I understood the parent's responsibility as a father, but because of my lifestyle, I wasn't there the way that I was supposed to be. So consequently, my wife did most of the raising of my children, and I had to make my way back to my children. So when I came back not as a father, but as a friend. And now I've endeared myself to them. They've never, judged me or whatever, and we get along real good, real
That's
good.
awesome.
They live in New York, and when they come here to see the plays, and when I'm in New York, they bring their children, and I understand the importance of fatherhood. I just didn't meet the responsibilities at that time. So I'm really living as a father through my grandchildren, as opposed to living through my children.
Oh, and that's your second chance, huh?
Yeah, that's exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, we were just talking about the father conference that Supreme is putting together that's coming soon, and we're trying to reach out and try to save some of the kids because, they're the ones that's neglected as far as the father go. The mother is doing the best they can, and the kids team seem to like they seem to get mad at the mother or get rebellious at the mother for always being the one there. You know what I'm saying?
Well, first off, there is no book. There's no instruction manual. There
Right.
is no, pathway to actually what's the perfect pathway of raising a family.
Or being a father.
Or being a father, right. And with that being said, it's up to, gentlemen like myself and Hayward here to get on platforms like yours and speak to the generations
Right.
and informing them, okay, we've experienced, now use our,
Right,
wrongs and
experience.
rights to, find your correct path. Because it's all about choices. At the end of the day, it comes down to choices. And if we sometimes make the wrong choices, especially if we're not, I'm going to say educated the correct way, or we're in an environment that is not conducive to our well-being, or we're subject to peer pressures, so forth things. There's a lot of mental health issues that go along in that avenue. So it's important for individuals like ourselves to get at platforms like this. It's important for us to organize some way of some form to get the word to the community in the streets.
I think it's very important too, just to piggyback on what Supreme was saying. The dynamics of being a black man in America are quite different, very challenging, and a lot of it has to do with self-esteem. The woman has a role that really is supposed to be the man's role, in terms sometimes of being the breadwinner. Men have not always been able to get the jobs, so women have been in that situation to be able to get jobs, and because of the pressures that institutional racism that we find in our schools and in our society, for a black man, it's kind of hard. Especially if he doesn't have role models and mentors, and if we don't have the platforms to now address the shortcomings, and how do we deal with the so-called social injustice challenges in being a good father.
Right.
So.
And that's exactly why we're doing this special, because that is what I think is making it so many inactive fathers.
I get it.
Yeah, yeah. So I think that's exactly what's doing it, because when you talk to them, like I see a lot of them out there that's not really in their kids' lives, but they do talk about while they in their kids' lives. And you gotta understand, like, you know, the mother's making it hard. Like we was talking about this yesterday, you know, how you want to be in your child's life, but the mother is so upset with you, you know, and that's what I'm trying to get out to everybody. The fact that this relationship between the mother and the father, right. You know, it gets in the middle of who's going to take care of the child. Right. So once they start fighting with each other, you know, the hatred that they had in that argument, you know, it reflects upon their ability to parent. So usually the one that don't have to be there leaves, and it's always the man.
Well, it's always too the difference between being a father and being a daddy.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's a difference.
Yes.
You know?
There's a big difference.
Just coming in, putting the money on the dresser, or giving it to her for support is absent of nurturing. You know, the male nurturing. I bring my grandsons to Boston, and when I do that, I bring them around strong males.
Okay.
You know,
men.
Men.
Right.
You know, and also fathers should not, if they're going to emulate a dad or emulate the way that you're dressed, you know, and not with your pants at 40 years old hanging down, showing your drawers that are your drawers, but we don't need to see them.
Right. I think I told my kids that's offensive. You know, that's like telling me to kiss your butt, you know, if I have to see your drawers. And then I told my sons, I said, well, how you feel if I was walking around with my drawers showing? You know, I'm going to slide my dresses down.
And,
you know what I'm saying? And walk around like that, see how y'all like my attention. But I just really want to save the kids. And I just really want to save some of the fathers out here, especially our African Americans, because I think, you know, they want to be the father, and they just don't know how to do it. Right. So from this show, please, fathers, if y'all want to be fathers and you don't know how to do it and you need support, just call BNN station, call me at 857-312-2127, and we're going to lead you in the right direction. We your support group. There's support out here for all the fathers. Homeless ones and broke ones too. So don't give up on your children. Try to find a way to resolve the issue. The mother is out of the picture. That's not your relationship. It's with the child. And I hope you get it. I just really do, because the kids is running around loose. Everybody's scared of them. And should nobody have to be scared of somebody that's knee-high to a duck's butt? You know, just to say. So we're going to close out, and I hope everybody took this special and took heed to it. And if you have any questions, please feel free to contact us here at BNN. And this is called Lashena Special. Just say the name of the show, and we should be in touch. Thank you. See you next week. Well, it's been a pleasure. It looks as though we're just...